Hello, welcome to the first episode of MTG Paper Deck Text, and I'm going to show you all my Gishath Sun's Avatar EDH deck. Now, Gishath is a dinosaur tribal EDH deck. This is the very first commander deck that I actually built from scratch when the original Ixalan came out. So, Gishath Sun's Avatar says, it is for 5 colorless, red, green, and white, total of 8 mana. Legendary creature dinosaur avatar. Vigilance, trample, haste, power 7, toughness 6. Whenever Gishath Sun's avatar deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So the whole purpose of this deck is to ramp out very hard and fast so we can cast Gishath and start swinging and run over our opponents with our dinos. First up, we have Kinjali's Caller. This is a 0/3 human cleric for 1 white mana. Dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Dinosaurs are big, so we got a lot of mana reducers in the deck. Next up, we have Otepec Huntmaster. For 1 in red, we have a 1/2 human shaman. With dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and we can also tap it and target dinosaur gains haste until end of turn. Next up, we have Marauding Raptor. Marauding Raptor is a 2/3 dinosaur for 1 in the red. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. There you go again with that theme of reducing our creature cost. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. If a dinosaur is dealt damage this way, Marauding Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn. There is a combo in the deck that this card combos with. We'll get to that when we get there. Next up, we have Rampaging Ferocidon for 2 in a red. Rampaging Ferocidon is a 3/3 dinosaur with menace. Players can't gain life. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, Rampaging Ferocidon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. Next up, we have Sunfield Infiltrator, which is a new dinosaur given it to us in the Lost Caverns pre-con deck. Whenever Sunfield Infiltrator is a 3/3 dinosaur, whenever Sunfield Infiltrator attacks, you may have it become a copy of another target dinosaur you control, except its name is Sunfield Imitator, and it has this ability. Real good when we have it in Gishath. We will have 2 Gishaths out. Next up, we have Pugnacious Hammer Skull, which for 2 in the green, we get a 6/6 dinosaur with whenever Pugnacious Hammer Skull attacks, while you don't control another dinosaur, put a stun counter on it. If a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. Next up, we have Wayward Sword 2. For 2 in the green, we have a 5/5 dinosaur with the Sin, which is if you control 10 or more permanents, you get the city's blessing for the rest of the game. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Wayward Swordtooth can't attack or block unless you have the city's blessing. Next up, we have Death Gorge Scavenger. For 2 in the green, we have a 3/2 dinosaur. Whenever Death Gorge Scavenger enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile target card from a graveyard. If a creature card is exiled this way, you gain 2 life. If a non-creature card is exiled this way, Death Gorge Scavenger gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Next up, we have Topiary Stomper. For 1 and 2 green, we have a 4/4 dinosaur with vigilance, and whenever Topiary Stomper enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield, tapped and shuffle. Topiary Stomper can't attack or block unless you control 7 or more lands, which won't be a problem in this deck because we do have a lot of ramp. Next up, we have Thrashing Brontodon. Thrashing Brontodon is a 3/4 dinosaur for 1 and 2 green. We pay 1, sacrifice Thrashing Brontodon, destroy target artifact or enchantment. It's important that when you build a deck around a creature type that your creatures do a lot of the work for you. Next up we have Rampaging Raptor. We have a 4/4, 2 and 2 red. Trample Haste, pay 2 in a red, Rampaging Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Whenever Rampaging Raptor deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls or battle that player protects. Next up we have Bronzeback Foragers. For green and white, we have a 3/4 dinosaur with when Bronzeback Foragers enters the battlefield, for each opponent, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls until Bronzeback Foragers leaves the battlefield. Pay X in a white, put target creature card with mana value X, exile with Bronzeback Foragers into its owner's graveyard. You gain X life. Therefore, there's that theme again of dinosaurs doing work for you, because this deck is a dinosaur deck. Next up, we have Curious Altisaur. For green or green, we have a 2/5 dinosaur with Vigilance and Reach. Whenever a dinosaur you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Next up, we have Hulking Raptor. For 2 and 2 green, we have a 5/3 dinosaur with War 2. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add 2 green. Next up, we have Scion of Calamity, another source of removal. And also, so we have a 5/5 for 3 and 2 green. This dinosaur has mirror, which means whenever it attacks, it's going to create a copy of itself for each opponent that it attacks, but they go away at the end of combat. Whenever Scion of Calamity deals combat damage to a player, destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Enchantments are very difficult to get rid of in Commander, so having a couple of dinosaurs that can do that will help, because we have a lot of enchantments that slow us down in the game. Next up, we have Wrathful Raptors. We're 4 in a red. We have a 5/5 dinosaur with Trample, and whenever a dinosaur you control is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target that isn't a dinosaur. This combos with another card in the deck that we will get to. Next up, we have Bone Horde Tracheosaur. We have, for 3 and 2 red, a 5/5 flying first strike dinosaur dragon. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land card this way, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exile a non-land card this way, create a treasure token. So this dinosaur is really good because it ramps us, and it gives us a body, and it gives us card advantage. Next up, we have Quartzwood Crasher. For 2 red and a green, we have a 6/6 dinosaur beast with Trample. And whenever one or more creatures you control with Trample deal combat damage to a player, create an XX green dinosaur beast creature token with Trample, where X is the amount of damage those creatures dealt to that player. Next up, we have Regisart Alpha. For 3 red and a green, we have a 4/4 dinosaur with other dinosaurs you control have haste. Whenever Regisart Alpha enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with Trample. Next up, we have Palani's Hatching. The other dinosaur we have a 5/3 for 3 red green. Other dinosaurs you control have haste. When Palani's Hatcher enters the battlefield, create 2/0/1 green dinosaur egg creature tokens. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 1 or more eggs, sacrifice an egg, then create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token. Next up, we have Swooping Pterodon. For 3 red and a white, we have a 5/5 dinosaur, a 3/3 dinosaur with flying haste. And whenever Swooping Pterodon or another dinosaur with flying enters the battlefield under your control, Gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains flying and haste until end of turn. At the beginning of the next end step, target land deals 3 damage to that creature. Next up we have Earthshaker Dreadmaw. For 4/2 green, we have a 6/6 dinosaur with trample with when Earthshaker Dreadmaw enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other dinosaur you control. Again, you want your dinosaurs to do work for you because this is a creature type based deck. And having that card advantage is great because it's going to help us keep going. Next up we have Ravenous Tyrannosaurus. Ravenous Tyrannosaurus is a 6/6 for 6 mana, which is 4 red and green, with Devour 3. As this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 times that many +1/+1 counters on it for each of those creatures. Whenever Ravenous Tyrannosaur attacks, it deals damage equal to its power up to one other target creature. Excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. Excess damage will be the extra damage. Say you deal 6 damage to a 5/1 creature that your opponent controls. The other 5 damage left over is going to go straight to the owner of that creature. Next up, we have Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. For 4 red and white, we have a 7/7 Dinosaur Vigilance Trample. The other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance and Trample. Or we can suspend it for suspend 4, which we will pay 3 red and white to do so. Whenever a time counter is removed from Dinosaurs on a Spaceship while it is exiled, create a 2/2 red and white dinosaur creature token with flying and haste. Next up, we have Etali Primal Storm. With Etali Primal Storm, we have for 6 mana, 4/2 red, a legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur, power 6, toughness 6. Whenever Etali Primal Storm attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. Then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana costs. Really good dinosaur. Next up, we have Vaultborn Tyrant. For 5 and 2 green, we have a 6/6 dinosaur with trample. Whenever Vaultborn Tyrant or another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life and draw a card. When the Vaultborn Tyrant dies, if it's not a token, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. So if they kill it, we'll have another one so we can keep drawing those cards. Next up, we have Etali Primal Conqueror. For 5 and 2 red, we have a legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur, with a 7/7 trample. When Etali Primal Conqueror enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. And then for 9 and 1 green Phyrexian mana or 2 life, we could transform Etali, and it will transform into Etali Primal Sickness, which is an 11/11 dinosaur with trample and indestructible. And whenever Etali Primal Sickness deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. A player with 10 or more poison counters loses the game. So it's an 11/11, it swings in, it hits for 11, that player is dead. Next up, we have Galta and Maverin. A 12/12 for 7 mana, 3, 2 green, 2 white, with trample, and has whenever you attack, choose one. First mode is create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. Or we can create X11 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. Next up, we have Polyraptor. This is the card that combos with our Marauding Raptor. You will see why in just a sec. For 6 and 2 green, we have a 5/5 dinosaur with Enrage. Whenever Polyraptor is dealt damage, create a token that's a copy of Polyraptor. Now remember earlier with the Marauding Raptor, whenever a dinosaur enters the battlefield, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. So Polyraptor will create an infinite number of Polyraptors while the Marauding Raptor gets big. Next up we have Galta Stampede Tyrant. For 5 and 3 green, we have a 12/12 legendary creature Elder Dinosaur with Trample. When Galta Stampede Tyrant enters the battlefield, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Next up, we have Awakening Sun's Avatar. For 5 and 3 white, we have a 7/7 dinosaur avatar with whenever Awakening Sun's Avatar enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, destroy all non-dinosaur creatures. Great board wipe. Normally, when you resolve that card, you win the game. Next up, we have Sakama, Primal Calamity, one of the best dinosaurs in this deck. For a total of 9 mana, 6 red, green, and white, we have a 9/9 legendary creature Elder Dinosaur with Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. When Sakama Primal Calamity enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all lands you control. Pay 2 in the red. Sakama deals 3 damage to the target creature. 2 in the green. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. 2 in the white. You gain 3 life. Next up, we have the Terrascade. For a total of 9 mana, 6 to 3 green, we have a legendary creature dinosaur, 10/10. The Terrascade has haste and 4/10 as long as it was cast. Whenever the Terrascade attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. So before they declare blockers, we can already get rid of their blocker. Last but not least, for the creatures, we have Galta Primal Hunger. For 10 and 2 green, we have a legendary creature Elder Dinosaur that's a 12/12. This spell costs X less to cast, or X is the total power of creatures you control, and it has Trample. So, with us having a big deck, we will always be casting Galta for 2 mana. Next up, we're going to the enchantments. First up, we have Shadow in the Warp. For 1 red and green, we have an enchantment that says the first creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. There goes that theme again of reducing our casting costs. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, Shadow in the Warp deals 2 damage to that player. We are a creature-based deck. Non-creature-based decks are a threat to us, so this is going to help slow those decks down. Next up, we have Poetic Ingenuity. Poetic Ingenuity is an enchantment for 2 in the red. Whenever one or more dinosaur creature tokens, whenever one or more dinosaurs you control attack, create that many treasure tokens. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. This ability only triggers only once each turn. It's a nice piece of ramp. Next up, we have Elemental Bond, which is a green enchantment for 2 in the green. With whenever a creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield and out of control, we will draw a card. Next up, we have Garrick's Uprising. For 2 in the green, whenever Garrick's Uprising enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have Trample. And whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Next up, we have Colossal Majesty. For 2 in the green, we have an enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Card draw is a necessity in this deck so that we can keep casting our dinosaurs. Last but not least, we have Greater Good, one of the best card draw enchantments in the game. For 2 and 2 green, sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. Next up, we have our sorceries. We have Rampant Growth. On the green, search our library for a basic land card, put that onto the battlefield tap. Then we have Thunderherd Migration. Thunderherd Migration is going to cost 1 less to cast. If we reveal a dinosaur card from our hand, then research our library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tap. Next up, we have 3 visits in Nature's Lore, which both do the same thing. They both go grab a forest card from our library, put them onto the battlefield, and we shuffle. And we have Farseek, which goes grab any card that is not a forest. It puts it onto the battlefield tap. Cultivate lets us search our library for 2 basic land cards. One goes to the battlefield tap, the other goes into our hand. Skyshark Claim allows us to go grab 2 forest cards and put them onto the battlefield. Next, we have Farewell, which can exile everything except for lands. We have Star of Extinction, which deals 20 damage into each creature and destroys a land. This card combos with our Wrathful Raptors, and so does Blasphemous Act, which deals 13 damage to each creature. So if we have Wrathful Raptors in the field full of dinosaurs, we will win the game. Next up, we go into our isthmus, which we have 3 of. We have Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares, which do the same thing. They both exile creatures. One has the opponent to go get a basic land card onto the battlefield tap, while the other gains life. And then we have Heroic Intervention to protect our stuff from being destroyed and targeted by giving everything indestructible and hexproof. Next up, we have for our artifacts, we have the usual suspects: Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, which taps for either our colors, Fair War Stone, taps for colors of a land our opponent controls, Commander Spear, taps for either of our colors and draws us a card. Urza's Incubator reduces the casting cost of our dinosaurs. Hero's Horn, not only does it reduce the cost of our dinosaurs, but it also provides card advantage. If we have a dinosaur on top of our library, we will be drawing 2 cards a turn instead of 1. And then we have Lifecrafter's Bestiary, which is a really good card advantage piece because it allows us to scry 1 every turn. And when we cast a creature spell, they can pay a green to draw a card. Now let's get to our lands. Temple of the False Gods. It has 2 mana as long as we control 5 or more lands. Bonder's Enclave, taps for colors, or we can pay 3 and tap it and draw a card, but we can only activate that if we control a creature with power 4 or greater, which is not a problem in this deck. Rogue's Passage, pay 4 and tap it, Gishath will become unblockable. Myriad Landscape, enters tap, pay 2 to sack it to go grab 2 basic lands of the same type. Evolving Wilds grabs any of our basic lands and puts them onto the battlefield tap. We have Cavern of Souls to make our dinosaurs uncounterable and taps for any of our colors. Unclaimed Territory and Secluded Courtyard both can only be used to cast creature spells of the chosen type or activate abilities of the creatures of the chosen type. Exotic Orchard and Command Tower both taps for our colors. Jungle Shrine enters taps for our colors. Corrosive Verge enters tap, but it can tap for our colors, or we can pay 2, sack it to go grab a forest or a plains card. Mountain Valley grabs a mountain or a forest card, but it enters tap. Grasslands grabs a forest or a plains card, but also enters tap. Then we have our 3 Shocklands: Stomping Grounds, red or green, Temple Garden, green or white, Sacred Foundry, red or white. Then we have Cinder Glade and Canopy Vista. One taps for red or green, the other taps for green or white. Then we have Shelter Thicket and Scattered Groves. Both of these we can cycle away or put them on the battlefield type or search them out if we need to. Next up, we have our 3 checklands, which check for a land type in order for them to come to play on tap. Root Round Crags, Sunpetal Grove, and Clifftop Retreats. And we have our Ravnica Bounce lands with Rural Tur, Boros Garrison, and Selesnya Sanctuary. Both bounce on land as they come into play. Then we have 4 mountains, 4 basic mountains, 4 forests, and 4 plains. Now, Reason why I show the paper deck versus putting things on screen is because these are cards that are in my collection that I've been playing for a while. I like to show off my collection, and the best way to do that is by showing off my commander decks. Like I said, I've been collecting for a while, so I really like seeing all of my cards in the sleeves and actually touch the cards instead of just putting them up on the screen for people to see. So like, share, comment, and subscribe and help me to get better at this. Thank you.